The part that we need to do really has a lot to do with us being structured, with us being organized, with us being focused, because we can't just set intentions and just think that they're just going to come in just like that. No, there's work required behind it, okay? And this is what this Virgo new moon is going to help us do. Welcome back to Elevation 44. It's your girl B. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, family. Today we are diving into the Virgo new moon. Can you believe it's Virgo season? I cannot believe it's Virgo season. But here we are. Summertime is wrapping up. It's almost over, and we're going to be diving all into the things that we need to be getting our act together, getting our shit done, because we have been playing and playing hard this summer. I don't know about you guys being playing, but I've been playing and I've been playing hard. So this Virgo new moon is timely for me. If you see me glancing off to my left a lot, it's because I have the chart pulled up on my computer, so I'll be referencing that. So just just a FYI why I keep looking that way. So let's get into this Virgo new moon. Like I said, if you're new here, welcome. I'm B, your astrologer extraordinaire, and I'm going to be breaking down all things, that's happening around this new moon in terms of the energy, like what we can expect, how to use the energy, and yeah, that's all what it's all about when we're tuning in here, okay? So this Virgo new moon is going to be happening on August 27th, okay? And this is going to be happening at 4:16 a.m. Eastern time at 4 degrees, okay? 4 degrees. 4 is the number, and I know 4, okay? I'm a life path 4. So 4 is stability, it's foundation. It is, pretty much building, putting down that foundation, the stuff that you build on. So 4 is all about getting to work, okay? 4 is also about teaching. 4 is about passing on the knowledge that you've obtained in the process of learning how to build the things, okay? So it is the builder and it's the teacher. So this is what 4 encompasses, and Virgo energy is very much in line with a lot of these things in terms of really being able to focus, get shit done, put your mind to something, figure out a plan, figure out a way, organize, get the routines together. So this is all what this energy is bringing in for us. It really is a time to just kind of focus and get our acts together, okay? The new moon, if you're new to astrology, new here, new moons are the time that we can do two things, okay? With the dark moon. On the front end of it, we can use it to heal, to release, to let go of things, to transform in that way. On the other side of the dark moon or the new moon, when the light is about to start kind of coming back in, we can talk about planting our seeds. This is like our fertile ground, our dark soil that is so fertile that we just put our seeds in there. We plant those intentions so that they can blossom into something later, our manifestation. So just think of it as crops. Your intentions, the things that you want to do are your seeds. You're planting them and you want to bear fruit from them. You want crops later, okay? So we're going to water them. We're going to, let the universe do its thing in terms of the sunlight and stuff like that. We're going to do our part. The universe is going to do its part. And the part that we need to do really has a lot to do with us being structured, with us being organized, with us being focused, because we can't just set intentions and just think that they're just going to come in just like that. No, there's work required behind it, okay? And this is what this Virgo new moon is going to help us do. Get to work and focus on those things, okay? So intention requires action. Always remember that. So Virgo is energy, like I said, that is very, very disciplined, that is very organized, meticulous, analytical, just practical, all of the things that we need to deal with our everyday practical things that we need to hammer out and get done. It's always those little actions, those little habits, those little steps that lead to great results. So when we talk about doing the things and making the things happen in our life, it really is about using Virgo energy to power us there. I always say that, because Virgo energy is earth energy, right? It's mutable earth energy, which means mutable means it's just adapting. It can adapt to things, but it's earth energy, so it keeps us grounded. So it helps us adapt to whatever we need to adapt to through the process of grounding us and keeping us, you know, practical, organized, efficient, and all of those things. But it does help us, you know, move through those changes. So this is about gisting, or if you're not familiar with the term, gisting is about getting your shit together. This is what we're gonna do with this Virgo new moon. We're gonna get all the things together because playtime is not over, but playtime needs to kind of be on pause. So that's where we're at right now, okay? So you need to pay attention with Virgo, in this Virgo new moon, to the little things, the things that need your detail eye on them. That's really what Virgo's good for, paying attention to the details. Let's talk about the transits, because we know that, you know, the planets are ever moving, ever changing. Their energies pretty much stay the same, but when they move, they interact with each other in different ways, which brings like new things, new energies, different challenges, opportunities, tensions, all kinds of stuff to the table. So we also just don't want to look at just, okay, the energy of the zodiac sign and the moon, and that's it. We want to look at like what else is happening at the time, because there can be opportunities where we can jump in, capitalize on something, or we can pump the brakes and be like, hold up, wait a minute, this is not the best time to actually dive into that. You know, there's going to be another time that will be better, you know, suited for this. So that's why we look at the transit. So the transit that we're going to start with, and we're just going to look at the transits mostly that the moon is making to other planets, because that's what we're focusing on. We focus on everything, we would be here all day, and we do not want to do that. We just want to get to the point, okay? So the new moon, which is in the sign of Virgo, is going to square Mars in Gemini. Okay, so squaring in astrology creates tension, and the tension is brought in so that you can learn something, okay? So this is the one thing I want to tell you guys about astrology, because we always think, hey, you know, we want to look for all the sextiles and trines, which are easy communication and flows of energy, and you know what I mean, things that are opportunities, and those are great, but we also need challenges, which is those oppositions, and we also need, you know, tension, which are those squares. Sometimes it does bring in that challenging energy, sometimes it brings in that frustration, but it's through those things that we actually grow, because if everything is so easy and so flowing along, then the growth, you know, slows. You become stagnant, you become comfortable, and you don't really push as much. So we need a balance of both ease and, you know, tension. So the tension here is with Mars, and Mars just moved into the sign of Gemini, and Mars is our action, it's our energy, it's how we, you know, how we directly like focus our energy and just go get them, go have it. Like just we want to direct. This is how we direct our energy, is the best way to say what Mars is in a nutshell, okay? And it's about how we take action in terms of how we initiate, how we inspire others, how we show our individual traits or qualities and stuff like that. So Mars is all encompassing, gosh, I cannot say that, all encompassing of those things. But on the flip side, Mars is reckless, Mars is impatient, Mars, you know, gets angry and just can pop off, short-tempered, and all of those things. And some of those things are coming in here with this tension with the moon, okay? What about Mars in Gemini? That's a little bit challenging on its own, is that Mars in Gemini does not tend to want to focus on one thing. This is Mars, when I say how it directs its energy is Mars, but how it directs its energy in the sign of Gemini is very scattered, okay? This is like multitasking energy. Mars wants to come in and focus on this and focus on that, because Gemini is the energy that's into everything, wants to focus on everything, knows a little bit about all of it, wants to just follow its interest on a whim. And then when Mars is here, that's exactly what happens. It follows its interest on a whim. Whereas, right, the sun and the moon in Virgo, which is this new moon, this alignment of the sun and moon, wants to focus on one thing at a time, wants to move through things. And how do you do that if you're just scattered and your energy is all over the place and you want to multitask and do a lot of different things? That's where the tension is coming in here, okay? So this Mars in Gemini is not focused, and this new moon wants to get focused. So that's where you see like it butting heads, so that you need to be very, very aware of that. Mars in Gemini is highly curious. It just wants to dive into whatever its interests are, like I said, and not completing something is not the vibe that we're going for with this Virgo new moon. We want to complete the things. We want to get things done. So this tension can lead to being short-tempered, impatient, impulsive, and reckless in actions, because a part of you just wants to be pulled and do whatever you want to do and not really do the things, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling this struggle, because it's been hard for me to just sit down and focus and get my mind aligned on just knocking out one thing at a time. I keep jumping around to different things, and that is frustrating. So another thing that comes in here is ego conflicts, aggression, defensiveness. People are on the defense a lot. Pent up energy in the form of just being physically pent up. It could be, anger that is, pent up within, but it'll also just be frustration and sexual frustrations, because Mars is a very sexual, expressive energy as well. So sexual frustrations can come in here. And I want to say, one thing about this to be aware of is that Uranus and Venus are also squaring each other. And Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, and Venus is in the sign of Leo. Both fixed signs, both stubborn, both want their way, but this is bringing in an increased need for excitement and change. So that sexual frustration, along with this increased need for excitement, could lead you to making, again, those impulsive and reckless and impatient decisions that get you into trouble. So find healthy ways to express or get out that frustration that you might have pent up, or that energy, whatever, exercise, whatever. Find a way to get it done is what I'm saying, without getting in trouble, okay? Because you can break down a whole lot of things in the process of trying to scratch an itch, okay? So what do we need to focus on here in a nutshell? Really, like I said, this is a time for you to use this energy to get your shit together. Gisting, okay? So what do you need to pay attention to that has been lacking your attention? Like something that you've been needing to get into, organize, wrap up, finish out a project, clean, organize your space. All of these things are the things that you can be focusing on with this new moon. Where do you need to get more disciplined in your life? Do you need to set up a new routine, a new schedule? Do you already have one and you're just not good at practicing it or doing it on a daily basis? Does it need to be tweaked? Do you need to analyze something? Do you need to study something? Do you need to deep dive into something? All of these are things that you can do with this new moon energy and setting your intentions around it so that you can just get the things done, okay? Do you need to cleanse your environment externally and internally, your body? Did you go out and you were drinking a lot, this summer, or turning up or having a good time, or you just feel like, hey, I wasn't doing any of those things, but I just still need an internal cleanse or internal shift. I've been wanting to try this new diet. I've been wanting to get this, popping. This is the time to really focus on all of that. A new health routine or regimen, workouts, exercise, everything with cleansing the body and bringing the body into optimal balance. Even your mental health, have you been wanting to speak to someone like a therapist, or, do something like that, or exercise something that helps you stay balanced optimally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. All of that is stuff that you can be diving into. And new routines, implementing new routines for the changing season that's coming up, because we're going to be moving out of this season into a new season. So what does that look like in terms of your routine, your structure, the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, how they can be tweaked? You can plan for that now. And you can implement it now. You can do whatever you want. So these are all the things that I want to leave you with in terms of how to focus. So overall, it's going to be a time where we can use the new moon energy to focus and hunker down and get the things done, but beware of Mars and Gemini pulling your attention and your energy in different places, and you can feel that tension between the two. So just, be mindful. But I will give you a power herb and a power crystal to help you kind of you know, focus and hunker down a little bit more and just stay more on the Virgo side of the energy instead of being pulled into the Mars and Gemini side. So the herb that I will leave you with is ginkgo, and this is good for mental clarity, really, really good for that, and focus and concentration and just memorizing and all of that type of stuff. So I will definitely, if I were you, tap into that if you can get your hands on it. And then also for balance and organization, which is what we're gonna need through this process, I would use the crystal fluorite, okay? So that is it in a nutshell. Virgo, gang, gang. I know y'all out there. Where you at? Where are my Virgo suns and moons? I know Virgo season, so a lot of you are going to be having your solar return, and all the Virgo moons. Drop it down below if you're a Virgo rising. Any of your Virgo placements, let me know. And I hope you guys use this new moon to really focus and get the things that you need to get done, and putting those intentions, planting those seeds into making things blossom and happen. A lot of you are making major shifts right now, jumping from careers, jumping into different things, and you need this discipline, you need this focus, you need this energy to get you aligned and keep you aligned, because it's easier to, you know, obtain than it is to maintain, and Virgo is all about helping us maintain, okay? So I will see you all in the next video, and I hope you have a great new moon. See you in the next one. Peace.